Hi everyone. Today we have a slight problem that Malini and I could not get together because she was out visiting her sister, and I have to visit my husband's sister tomorrow. So rather than our usual podcast, I thought what I'll do is just give her a call and talk to her.
Hi, Nathan. How are you?
Hi Malini, I'm well. How are you? How was your trip?
It was great. We got back on Tuesday night. We were in Pittsburgh visiting my sister and her husband for a week. So it was a great trip. Very relaxing, very rejuvenating.
So what did you all do? And what made it rejuvenating?
One of the best parts is very little planning involved. So even the going, before that, sometimes when you're going on vacation, there's lots of planning and stuff. The only thing she did was book one dinner. So we mostly, cooked at home. We went for this great Italian dinner to this place called Dish Osteria. If you ever go to Pittsburgh, the best gnocchi ever. And then she has a book club that she has joined. So she had told me about that a week before. So I bought the book, Frederick Bartman's My Friends. And I had read, a man called Uwe before. Thought it was a little slow, but I really enjoyed this book, and it was fun to have read the book and meet her friends and join in the discussion. We also went to a great soup dumpling place. I mean, obviously, Pittsburgh, a lot more diverse restaurants now. And then my sister actually likes going to the SV temple. So Saturday was full moon day. So there was a very special Satyanarayan puja. So she and I went there, and it was lovely. And the next day, it's actually just she and I went to a local playhouse. We used to take the kids there when they were young. But it was Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. And it was just fun hanging out with her because, like we've all, obviously, even her husband and my husband, they've all been together since medical school. So they were able to hang out together. They cooked, did gardening. And so my sister and I were able to actually go out and do some things together. And went and visited her aunt, and then the next day, Pavish wanted to cook. So we did some, he did some Gujarati cooking. And but the whole thing was really, we got up late, actually mostly ate healthy. Just felt like, very down-regulated, and, just spent a lot of time chatting and catching up, and yeah, just came back really, just a lovely, lovely, lovely trip, actually.
Every time you come back from visiting your sister, or if she comes to visit you, I always hear that you have been rejuvenated. You've been very energized. What about it, other than unplanned thing, is you think is energizing or rejuvenating?
I think the fact that we can both not have, when you enjoy somebody's company and just being in the space together, you don't have to be doing things. And I think that's part of it, because, so it is, we didn't do anything. We just sat, we chatted, we went out on the deck, made tea. Then when we was like, oh, what shall we eat? Or, one day she went and got something. One day we cooked. One day we went out. None of it was a big deal. And we all kind of like the same thing. It's not like sometimes you're with people who want to do a lot, or who want to get up and they're on the go, and and I think having I wouldn't say, we don't all have similar interests, especially when we go on vacation. Some people like to do certain things, but I think being comfortable and enjoying each other's company without having to do anything. I think that is what makes for, having a fun time with family and with friends. I mean, I really enjoy spending time with you. I mean, doing nothing. So I think it's not always family. You can have, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I only have you as a friend. But some people have more. But people that you say, okay, these are, low key, simple activities or no activity, just enjoying each other's company, I think is crucial. Now, of course, my sister and I have a long history of being together and, having gone through some tough times, taking care of aged parents, we are one unit. My sister and I are one unit. So, there's never any tension, never any thinking about what to say or somebody going to get upset. It's not. It's very relaxed. And I think, to have your spirit rejuvenated, you have to be in a very non-judgmental, easy space.
I definitely agree with you. And you are extremely fortunate that you and your sibling get along so well. You like each other. The things that you talked about, taking care of aging parents, sometimes tears families apart, but it got you closer. And the points you're making about spending time with people you like, and friends, we can choose. Families, we can't choose. So, what are your thoughts about spending time with those family members where you don't share the interest? You love them, but you are not necessarily comfortable in their presence. What would you suggest in those situations?
Okay, I mean, obviously, you're lucky when you want to spend time with, people you love. I happen to think family relationships are very important. They need to be nurtured, and especially as we all have grown older. I mean, not to be morbid, but we don't have a ton of time left, and so it becomes even more important to nurture those relationships. I think it is important to, do them like, visit people maybe once a year. Keep in touch with, phone calls. And when you go to visit, it probably is good to also take the other person's likes and dislikes in consideration. If you're going to go visit somebody who finds, cooking not, kind of maybe not as easy, then you might say, well, food doesn't become as important. You can always, take in food or cook simple things. Some people like to do a lot of activities. So it can be, especially when you go with a group, not everybody has to do everything. People can split off. Some people can stay at home. Some people can go out and do things. But I think it's also to be, it's like, you want to be the change rather than expect change from other people, right? So to be actually somewhat cognizant of the other person, and maybe, you want to make the visit as pleasant for everybody. It's just not only about us, right? Part of what we want to do is have a pleasant visit, even if it is not the, may not be the most exciting visit, but especially with people that you've had a history with, there are always ways to connect. And I think going out of your way to find ways to connect is key.
So, your 2 cents worth for this whole experience would be what? To stay in touch with family?
Stay in touch with family, even if you can't, actually visit, especially when you're in different areas. And actually look for specific ways to connect if you don't have those obvious. If you don't have obvious ways, or you don't have, I mean, with my sister, there is nothing, I don't have to look for anything. We are one unit. I mean, we technically are one unit. But, we have a whole lot of other family members, and, whether they're here in other countries, we want to keep in touch. And, we have a family WhatsApp group for my family in Malaysia. It was so nice because we keep in touch, and it just, so many old memories. People post old photographs, and, those are the things that kind of connect you. So like I said, my 1 cent, not even 1 cent, 2 cents worth is keep in touch and look for ways to connect.
Great. I think this is all time we have right now. Maybe next time we'll talk more about connections, not with family, but also with friends and other people.